Hi, I'm Anita, and today I wanted to do something a little different. So I've actually wanted to do some Twisted Wonderland theories for a while now, and so today I'm going to try it, and I hope you guys really like it. First, a disclaimer. So this is talking about later in the game, so if you consider that a spoiler, you might want to click off. All right, with that out of the way, let's get into the video. So with this, I've thought a lot about this, and it's been driving me crazy, so I have to talk about it, of course. So Idia, at one point in the story, says, well, I'll just bring it up on screen right now, says this.
問題児たちの検査ようやく全工程終了。グリム氏に施されている魔術については引き続き調査をするつもりだけど、魔力保有量からして何か問題が起きても大ごとにはなりっこない。ま、経過観察で OK でしょ。それにしてもナイトレイブンカレッジの生徒を収容調査するようスティークスに依頼してきたのって誰？黎明の国政府を介して匿名での通報。逆探知対策バッチリなところが怪しさ満載。怪しさ満載といえばこの短期間で5人が連続してオーバーブロットしたこと自体そもそも異常ではあるんだけど、ナイトレイブンカレッジで過去100年のうちオーバーブロットした生徒は10人にも満たない。それが半年足らずで5人。今の在校生が特別問題児揃いってことで片付けられるレベルを超えてる。でもテストの結果を見るに被験体自身に何か得意性があるわけじゃないんだよな。封印されていたファントムが強力な呪いを解き放ってしまった影響でオーバーブロットした事例もないわけじゃないけど、でも賢者の島はここと違って良くないものが大量に封じられてる場所や遺跡があるって情報もないし、まさか誰かが人為的にオーバーブロットを誘発させている？いくらなんでも現実的じゃないか。世間一般的にオーバーブロットの原因は魔法の使いすぎによるブロットの許容量超過並びに術者の負の感情の高まりによるものと言われているけど、そんな単純じゃない。オーバーブロットには無数の因果、原因と結果の連鎖がある。全ては過去から連なる因果の積み重ね。そして感情を暴走させるトリガーとなるのは一番存在の証明が難しく数値化が不可能とされる心だけは制御しようと思っても制御できない。つうか人為的にオーバーブロットを制御できるならスティークスはとっくに解散してますよね。なんで人間には心なんて厄介なものが標準装備されてるんだろう。動作が不安定、しかも制御不能なシステムなんて完全にバグだし初期不良じゃ。デバッキング本当にしたんか？嫌になりますわ。
After he says that, it's got me thinking, is someone behind the Overblot? It really makes you wonder after what Idia says. Is someone behind it? Is someone rigging it? I can't help but wonder. It's really intriguing to think about. It's making me want to know the end of the story so bad. Especially because if that's the case, who is then rigging Overblot? And why? Because if someone is forcing it, for lack of a better way of putting it, how come? Why would they do that? What would they have to gain by making the students Overblot when you stop to think about it? And two, who could it possibly be if there is someone behind the scenes trying to get people to Overblot? Now, of course, this could be a crazy theory that someone is behind the Overblot. A lot of what makes me think there might be something to it, though, is why was there such a focus on it in the first place in the main story? Why, unless it was just to throw off the readers for a minute, to tease them, and to drive readers like me absolutely insane? why even bring it up if it wasn't a huge possibility? Of course, like Idia said himself, it seems like Overblot is very much connected to emotions, and lack of a better way of putting it, self-care. If you don't take care of yourself, if you as a wizard don't take care of yourself, then you have a higher chance of overblotting. Is that a verb? Overblotting? I guess I made it a verb, I guess. Well, I'm going to stick to it that it can be a verb, at least in Twisted Wonderland. So now let's talk possibilities. Who could be behind the overblotting? A lot of me half wonders, but I would be really surprised if they went this route in the story. It just doesn't seem to be the way they want to go for the story. But I can't help myself but still wonder if it could possibly be someone from the Royal Sword Academy is behind it. Maybe Ambrose, but I kind of have a hard time believing they would go that route in the story. And two, I don't feel like the Royal Sword Academy has anything to gain by making their rival school that they're mopping the floor with, why they would need to make them overblot. It doesn't make sense. I keep trying to cross that off in my mind. I'm not doing a very good job, but I keep trying to cross that off in my head. So the other three that I can see it being is Crowley. I kind of wonder if Crowley is behind the Overblot. I actually forgot, but someone on, I think it was the wiki, the Twisted Wonderland wiki, I'm always on that thing, they pointed out that during one of the Halloween events, Crowley clearly didn't want the police sniffing around the school. So I've kind of thought and wondered, was Crowley maybe like doing some, because we know that Crowley is really like at his wit's end with the school, and that he's struggling really hard to keep the school afloat and making the school succeed, for lack of a better way of putting it. Well, more like the students succeeding. Was he like doing illegal spells or something, and it affected the students somehow, and that's why they're overblotting? Like the fumes or something, I guess. I don't know how you would say that. Like they breathed the fumes from his spells and they went all berserk. For lack of a better way of putting it. I don't know, something like that. I don't know. I'm shooting in the dark here. And hoping something hits a target. And was he casting spells in hopes of, I don't know, doing something to help the school somehow, some way? I'm not sure what, I guess, now that I think about it. Maybe like spells trying to force the students to get along or something, I guess. Who knows? You never know with Crowley. He's such a mystery. The other character that I've wondered, maybe, I wouldn't say is rigging it per se, but I'm wondering if he's triggering it. And that would be Grimm. Is Grimm somehow, because, and I actually want to do another theory video on him, so comment below if you would like that, because Grimm actually is quite mysterious, especially the more we learn about him in the main story. And Grimm is like one of my favorite characters, so I love talking about Grimm anyway. He's in one of the top 5 favorite characters for me in the game. But I've wondered if maybe for some reason his presence, or we know from book 6, I believe they said that he had a bunch of ancient spells cast on him, and they're very complicated. And we know from book 7, they said that they're very similar to... Was similar the word? Oh, what was the word they used? They're like, for lack of a better way of putting it, they're like Horton's spell that he's using right now on the school. So it makes me wonder if maybe for some reason, and Grimm just seems kind of special. I'm betting that somehow, some way he's going to be an ace. I just realized what I did there. be an ace up somebody's sleeve eventually in the story, for lack of a better way of putting it. Sorry, I can't get over that. I did not mean to do that. It came out of my mouth and I thought for a minute, I'm like, oh, oops. But I'm wondering if for some reason, like his presence at the school is triggering it, quote unquote. I don't know. I'm really shooting in the dark here. I'm just trying to figure it out, I guess, in my own head. Then the other person that I've wondered who might be triggering it, because they can't use magic, is... So to not have any confusion, so you, the player, for the sake of ease, I'm calling the player you, because that's actually the official name that they use for the player, for lack of a better way of putting it. So like Link in Zelda. Link is Link's official name, for lack of a better way of describing it. So I'm going to use you. So I kind of wonder if you triggered the overblotting, because we clearly don't belong there in that world. So maybe for some strange reason, maybe because us being there, maybe like it's thrown off, like, I don't know, the universe somehow there. It wasn't like supposed to happen or something. Of course, I don't believe in stuff like that. I have to say, I believe very strongly, like Master Oogway, there are no accidents, so maybe not, no, thinking about it. But I've wondered if, like, for some reason, just, like, your presence being there triggered the overblotting. So if I was a betting woman, I'm so not a betting person. I would have to say I kind of think and feel like it's probably either Crowley or Grimm. Especially with Crowley, I wonder... maybe was he practicing, like, illegal spells? And maybe that's one of the reasons why you and Grimm showed up. And maybe it just, like, I don't know, released, like, toxic fumes or offset the balance or something. I don't know how else you would say that. And so it triggered overblotting in the students. I don't know. I just like to talk about Twisted Wonderlands. I just want to speculate, I guess, for the fun of it. I wouldn't call this a predictions by any stretch at all. But it does make you wonder, doesn't it? I can't help but still wonder. At the end of the day, it might just be Idia's imagination going wild and wondering if someone's behind it. I guess, too, a lot of it's his job. He has to think of every angle that he can, now that I think about it. But, you know, it's still probably speculation on his side and mostly my side. So comment below if you think someone's behind it. Who do you think is behind it? I think that would be so fun to hear everyone's opinion on the matter. Thanks so much for joining me today. And if you love this, you love the next one on screen. See you over there.